Caleb Williams made his unofficial NFL debut in the Chicago Bears preseason opener against the Bills. And let me tell y'all something. Caleb Williams, for the amount of hate that he has received this offseason, being labeled the next big bust, he made y'all eat y'all words after how he played this afternoon, man. He looked a lot like Patrick Mahomes. He was doing some Mahomey things out there. He was making some crazy ass throws. Like, there was one play where he had two defenders in his face. He flips the ball. I don't know how the hell he did it, but he flipped the ball to DeAndre Swift. Next thing you know, DeAndre Swift is down the sideline, turning on the afterburners. And then he threw another dot when he was rolling to his right on the sideline to Roma Dunze. And this was exactly what you thought Caleb Williams would be when he was coming out of USC. A lot of the stuff that he did in college, he was doing in this game, man. He was invading rushers, not with his mobility, but really with his pocket presence, man. He was stepping up in the pocket, making guys miss. And then he also had a nice little 13-yard run where you also see the athleticism on display as well. But his accuracy, his ability to throw absolute dots on the run is something that I've only seen two quarterbacks in my lifetime watching football be able to do. Patrick Mahomes and Aaron Rodgers. And when you listen to Caleb Williams do interviews or press conferences, anytime they ask him what were the quarterbacks who he looked up to, who he modeled his game after, he always mentions Aaron Rodgers. And I saw a lot of glimpses of that Aaron Rodgers influence in his game in their preseason opener against Buffalo, man. 4-7, 95 yards. You would have loved for him to cap it off with a touchdown, but I was really amazed watching Caleb Williams. And if we're just going based off this first preseason performance, I felt like I was watching the second coming of Patrick Mahomes out there. He definitely played as good as advertised. He looked like what you thought he would have looked like. A refined, more tuned Patrick Mahomes compared to what Patrick Mahomes was coming out of Texas Tech. He is nothing close to what Caleb Williams is. I'm not saying that Caleb Williams is better than Patrick Mahomes right now. What I'm saying is that Caleb Williams is going to have a lot better of a rookie season than what Mahomes did, not because he was on the bench, but because he's just way more refined with his playing style. Now, you want to see him keep this consistency up because he was only doing this against second stringers and backups. Buffalo had a couple of starters in there. Once you get to the regular season, the game is going to be sped up times 100. But for all the shit that people been talking about Caleb Williams, I was really impressed with how this brother balled out today, man. Some of those throws that he was making was absolutely insanity. He was making throws that you would make on college football 25 or Madden, where he's getting outside the pocket. He's throwing from these crazy arm angles. If you are hating on Caleb Williams, I got one question for you. Why? Why? There is no reason to hate on this dude. He hasn't even played a regular season game, and he's already one of the league's most overhated players for no reason at all. What? You don't like him because of the reports about him coming out of college that were not true? Like, there hasn't been a single red flag about Caleb Williams' character that anybody has brought up with the Chicago Bears. As a matter of fact, I seen a report not too long ago where, he had to get his teammates in line and say, hey, man, like, pick up after yourselves. Y'all grown men. Don't leave y'all trash for the custodians and the janitors to have to pick it up. I mean, this brother was really good with how he played against the Buffalo Bills, man. He was looking like Houdini out there. I was like, okay, Caleb Williams, I see you out there. I see you. Like, come on, man. If you are hating on Caleb Williams, you gotta stop it. This is not the kind of hate train that you want to die on, man, because he could very well have the greatest rookie season that we've ever seen out of a first-year QB, and he could give the Chicago Bears the best quarterback play that they've ever had in franchise history in only his rookie season, because they've never had a quarterback throw for more than 4,000 yards in a season. Caleb Williams is definitely good enough to be able to change that and break their single-season passing yardage record only in year one. And under Shane Waldron, you got to remember, this was the same guy who was the offensive coordinator for several years when Russell Wilson was still in Seattle. And Russell Wilson has a really similar skill set to Caleb Williams. The only difference is that Caleb Williams is better at maneuvering inside the pocket than what Russell Wilson is. Even at this stage of Russ's career, I really believe Caleb Williams is already a better pocket passer.